It's Thursday, November 7. In the headlines, Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang is reporting 15% reduction in major crimes. In business news, TGI Fridays restaurant has filed for bankruptcy. And we feature a young boss who is making money with healthy products. In regional news, Hurricane Rafael slams Cuba. And in sports, West Indies celebrates an 8-wicket victory over England. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang announced a notable 15% reduction in major crimes in 2024. He shared the update at Wednesday's post-cabinet press brief. Minister Chang says from January 1 to November 4, the total number of murders had decreased by 19%, translating to 233 fewer lives lost compared to the previous year. Additionally, shootings have shown a 9% decline.
The quarter we come out of, August, September, October, has traditionally been the highest quarter for the year. Traditionally, and the August, September, October 2024 has been the lowest 3 months for the last 5 years. I emphasize that because it reflects the introduction of new strategies by Commissioner Kevin Blake and the team of officers leading the police force today.
Dr. Chang says there has been a 28% decrease in rapes and a 21% decline in robberies.
Another feature of our success by the police has been the significant reduction in incidents of multiple murders. While the recent three have shaken the society, in a sense it is more a reflection of the fact that the society has gotten less, are hearing less about multiple murders, and when they happen, it does create a sort of social shock, and indeed we are concerned about them as everybody's society.
He cited reduced crime numbers in several parishes, namely St. James, down by 32%, Westmoreland by 12%, Clarendon by 39%, West Kingston by 30%, and St. Andrew South down by 14%. Patching is important to bring short-term relief. Those words from Prime Minister Andrew Holness as he informed the press that his government intends to address the crisis of bad roads across Jamaica by implementing a multi-pronged enterprise-level strategy. Addressing a post-cabinet media briefing at Jamaica House on Wednesday, Mr. Holness said the government is aware of and sensitive to public discontent about the difficulty in vehicular commute across the island, and it's moving to address the issue.
Yes, we must respond by patching the road. It gives temporary relief. But if you really want to see a transformational change in Jamaica's road circumstances, in the same way that we have transformed our financial circumstances, it takes an enterprise-level plan to do it.
The Prime Minister cited several reasons for the current substandard condition of many roads.
Many of our roads, in fact most of our roads, have passed their engineered useful life. The wearing surface of roads are under significant stress. The third factor that we should consider is the change in climate change. Weather-related events are impacting our infrastructure in significant ways. And
the Prime Minister also argued that past administrations have not been able to address the challenge of poor roads in Jamaica, given that they did not have the fiscal space to do so.
Recently, I directed the NWA and the Ministry of Local Government to do a national audit of our roadways. And so far it is looking like we have 27,000 kilometers of roads. Innovation, administration, the creation of new products, the introduction of technology, the creation of new industries, that is where the big productivity gains are going to come from. And when we get those big productivity gains, we're going to take that and support the fixing of your roads, your water supply. Every Jamaican must make that connection. Now,
Mr. Holness also credited sound fiscal management by his government for its ability to allocate approximately $45 billion to the shared prosperity through accelerated improvement to our road network program. That's the SPARK program, without a loan. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says there is no contemplation of a parliamentary general election before the end of the year. Speaking with reporters on Wednesday, following the nomination of Councillor Dwayne Smith as the Jamaica Labour Party's candidate for the St. Andrew Northwestern by-election, Mr. Holness said, while elections are essential to democracy, they can also disrupt the government's policy cycle. In Trelawney Southern, the JLP is expected to field a former Member of Parliament, Marissa Dalrymple-Filbert, whose resignation in September 2023 caused the vacancy. She resigned after the Integrity Commission said she was facing 8 criminal charges for making a false statement in her statutory declarations. At the same time, the People's National Party, PNP, has said it will not field candidates for parliamentary seats in by-elections less than a year before a general election is constitutionally due.
Hi, I'm Kadeen, owner and founder of Fruit Blossoms. Fruit Blossoms is a fruit arrangement business that specializes in fruit bouquets. We also manufacture our own fruit popsicles made with Jamaican fruits, such as the Ackee popsicle or the Ackee fudge if you may. It's creamy, it's on the creamy side. We have fruits like guinea, star fruit, June plum, and they're all natural. We also do plant-based food, or people would say vegan food. Real wholesome foods, such as our plantain wraps and our breadfruit tacos, stuff like that. What inspired me to start Fruit Blossoms? So I was on vacation, right? And I saw a friend of mine actually ordering a fruit bouquet online. And I was like, I never saw this before. I never see it in Jamaica. And the only time you see fruit arrangement, like any kind of design, fruit carving, is at the hotels. And so, okay, I'm going to take this back to Jamaica and start it here, to be the first one to start it in Jamaica. So when I came, I went to the market with $1,000 just to start, because that's not my background. I don't know anything about foods or anything like that. And the whole creativity of the arrangement really pulled me in. So it really inspired me. So when I went to the market with $1,000, I bought like pineapple and I think some in-season fruits. The initial thought behind it was to show Jamaicans how we can eat fruits in a different way. And so I started to cut up the fruits based on what I remembered, how the fruits looked, and pictures on Google and so on. So the reception has been very good. Initially, persons had to warm up to what a fruit bouquet is, because traditionally we are used to a fruit basket. That is the unpeeled fruits. You get the big pineapple, the orange and so on in there. And the problem was most persons got those gifts as get well soon, happy birthday. And for some people it was very cumbersome to peel pineapple, peeling fruits. They don't do it. So what they do, they take the goodies out of it, eat out that, and some persons will have the pineapple or the hard to peel fruits stay there and spoil. Or them just beg somebody peel it for them. So this is what the fruit bouquet takes away the work from you. And persons who are a little bit skeptic because there's no somebody else peeling their stuff. So after getting over that hurdle and sensitizing the public, then persons were like, oh, this is very nice and cutesy, you know. And the persons are like, all right, they warmed up to it. And even more when it became, I think, just in COVID, or even just before COVID, coming up when persons started being more health conscious. And it's like, okay, how can I give a healthy gift, sophisticated gift to persons? And this is now the fruit bouquet, where the fruit bouquet plays its part.
Time now for the business report with Denise Williams.
Good day, everyone, and thank you for joining us on the Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, your guide through the latest happenings in the world of business. TGI Fridays, an American casual dining chain with a location on Hope Road in Jamaica, has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. The brand, founded in 1965, owns and operates 39 US-based Thank God It's Friday restaurants, and it said it maintains operations across its corporate-owned happy hour dining places in the US, adding that it has secured a financing commitment to support operations. Rohit Manocha, executive chairman of TGI Friday, said the primary driver of our financial challenges resulted from COVID-19 and our capital structure. After the bankruptcy announcement on Saturday, the Dallas-based chain said normal operations will continue in all of the franchise locations in both the US and internationally. TGI Fridays franchisor, which owns the brand and intellectual property, has franchised TGI Fridays to 56 franchises in 41 countries. The restaurant operator said those stores are independently owned and are not part of the Chapter 11 process. Investors can expect passive income from notable companies on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. Kingston Properties Limited has declared an ordinary dividend of US $0.001058 per share payable on December 18, 2024 to shareholders on record as at November 27, 2024. The ex-dividend date is November 27, 2024. Pan Jamaica Group Limited has advised that at a meeting of its board of directors scheduled to be on November 8, 2024, a fourth interim dividend payment will be considered. Wigton Wind Farm Limited has advised that further to a special resolution approved at the 2024 annual general meeting held on October 11, 2024, that the registered name of Wigton Wind Farm Limited be changed to Wigton Energy Limited. The Registrar of Companies has approved the change of name, and the relevant certificate of incorporation on change of name has been issued by the Company's Office of Jamaica. The new registered name, Wigton Energy Limited, will be reflected on the Jamaica Stock Exchange in due course. During trading for the period of November 6, 2024, the following companies represent the top 3 most active stocks that investors bought and sold on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. International conglomerate Grace Kennedy Limited with 2,875,122 units represents 22.47% of the market volume in terms of sales. Alternative energy provider Wigton Wind Farm Limited ordinary shares with 1,751,127 units represent 13.69% of the market volume in terms of sales. Advertising agency One Great Studio Limited with 1,751,000 59,682 units, represents 8.28% of the market volume in terms of sales. Moving from the money moves of investors, executives, and companies, we turn to the Forex market. On November 6, 2024, the Bank of Jamaica reported that US $49.50 million was bought from Forex traders, while US $48.78 million was sold to Forex traders. Buying directly from the Bank of Jamaica, foreign currency traders sold the US dollar for $159.51 and bought the US dollar for $157.76. The difference between the buy and sell rate was $1.75, which represents a profit for Forex traders for every US dollar traded. Canadian Forex traders earned a trading profit of 54 cents from transactions at the Bank of Jamaica. The Canadian dollar was sold for $113.99 and bought for $113.45. For traders looking at the British pound, they pocketed a profit of $2.69, selling it for $203.89 and buying it for $201.20. For the credit report tip of the day, we want to give you a strategy you can use with a good credit score. Credit stacking is a strategy that uses several types of credit, like credit cards, personal loans, line of credit, to access funds for important investments. Instead of just relying on one source of credit, credit stacking combines multiple credit options to build a larger pool of funds. By managing these different lines of credit responsibly, you can fund big projects or invest in wealth-building opportunities. Credit stacking requires careful planning, but it can be a powerful tool for career changes over 40 to unlock new income streams, build wealth, and open doors to financial freedom. And with that, we wrap up today's business report. I'm Denise Williams. Appreciate your company. Stay well informed. Stay ahead of the curve. Until our next update, take care.
In regional news, Hurricane Rafael plowed across the western part of Cuba on Wednesday, leaving the island without electricity. Sharp winds and rain whipped at Havana, leaving trees littered on deserted streets last evening. After plowing across the island as a Category 3 hurricane, Rafael slowed to a Category 2. According to U.S. National Hurricane Center, it had maximum sustained winds of 105 miles per hour and was moving northwest at 14 miles per hour. The Caribbean community, CARICOM, says young people are driving the region's sustainable energy transition. This as the region celebrates Energy Month with a number of panel discussions and webinars under the theme Invest in Sustainable Energy, Accelerate Transition.
4 panelists from the region shared their experiences in the energy sector and offered their opinions and advice in the first of a series of webinars being hosted by the Caribbean Community for Energy Month. Electric mobility advisor to a firm in St. Lucia, Antonio Seeley, said he found change management was a key component in the region's transition to cleaner energy sources.
Because a lot of things are new, you don't necessarily need the history of experience to pursue them. So I think that is the distinct advantage that youth have as it relates to approaching a lot of the challenges and things that come with sustainable energy, is because they're all new. So it requires retooling and relearning for a lot of persons, but now it is fresh learning for you as a youth.
Project Development Specialist at the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center, Sophia Vital, said she used a number of different methods to network and stay ahead of the learning curve.
Attending conferences is another one. I always, for example, look forward to attending CREF. I think conferences like that really give you a good understanding or a snapshot of what is happening in the region in different countries, and you can really learn a lot.
Energy specialist for the World Bank in Jamaica, Rochelle Johnson, noted that even small changes in behavior should be encouraged in the quest for a sustainable energy future.
Turning off the lights when not in, has that simple action has a significant impact when we accumulate. So for me, I would say that awareness plays a very key role, and where we start, the better, because as Amir said, it's the future generation that will help to drive this change.
And the program coordinator for Guyana Power and Light, Amir Delaware, made a significant point in his closing remarks.
Ensuring that the upcoming generation also has this appreciation of why we're really doing this. This whole discussion about equality, equity, and justice with regards to what is happening in our region, where we as a region are feeling the effects for things that we have not necessarily contributed significantly to. So, instilling that sense of urgency and continuing to instill it.
The theme for CARICOM's Energy Month is Invest in Sustainable Energy, Accelerate the Transition. The webinars will be held throughout the month of November. Terry-Ann Brown-Campbell, TTT News.
Donald Trump has won the U.S. election and will make a historic return to the White House. Mr. Trump delivered a wide-ranging speech to supporters at his watch party in Florida. He thanked his voters and said, quote, "America has given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate," end quote. Meanwhile, Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, has extended congratulations to Donald Trump on his victory at the polls.
Mr. Trump delivered a wide-ranging speech to supporters at his watch party in Florida. He thanked his voters and said, "America has given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate." Of the 7 crucial swing states, Mr. Trump won North Carolina, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, and is ahead in Michigan, Nevada, and Arizona. A short while ago, Kamala Harris addressed supporters at Howard University, her alma mater. Earlier, she called Mr. Trump to concede the election and congratulate him on his win. Mrs. Harris reiterated to Democratic supporters their commitment to a peaceful transition of power. Meanwhile, the Republicans have another reason to celebrate, as they have also taken the Senate back from the Democrats. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has extended congratulations to Donald Trump on his victory at the polls. In his letter, Dr. Rowley told Mr. Trump that the people of the United States of America have spoken in a clear and strong voice, and that his success reflects their trust in his vision for the future. He noted the long and enduring relationship between both countries, which he said is founded on deep ties across many sectors, including trade, security, culture, and people-to-people exchanges. Dr. Rowley said he looked forward to further strengthening our cooperation in the years ahead, and that he has every confidence that under Mr. Trump's stewardship, the relationship with the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago and the wider Caribbean community, the CARICOM, will continue to prosper. As Donald Trump makes his return to the White House following victory at the polls, TTT News reached out to some Trinidadians living in the United States to hear their views. Here's more in this report.
The re-election of Donald Trump as the President of the United States of America has sparked mixed views. One Trinidadian who has migrated to the U.S. is happy with the outcome of the elections.
President-elect Donald Trump has a proven track record. I truly feel that the very important issues like education, illegal immigration, and economy will be addressed during the next 4 years.
While another, Ty Batodier, expressed disappointment over Trump's triumph.
I am truly disappointed that this country allowed Trump to be in office yet again. A lot of the things that he stands for as a Black woman that comes from an immigrant family, I could just never get behind. And I think that we're truly in trouble if Congress allows him to pass a lot of the things that he wants to put in place, then we are truly in trouble. Immigrants are truly in trouble. Women's rights are in trouble. My job could be in trouble as being a teacher and him wanting to defund public schools.
When TTT News reached out to Minister of CARICOM and Foreign Affairs Dr. Amory Brown via a brief statement, Dr. Brown said the United States of America remains a most critical partner for the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. We congratulate President Trump on his victory and look forward to excellent and productive relations with him and his team in 2025 and beyond.
In sports round the pitch with cricket, the West Indies earned an 8-wicket victory over England in the final one-day international in Barbados, clinching the series 2-1. Chasing a target of 264 set by England, the hosts reached it with ease, losing only 2 wickets and having 7 overs to spare. Casey Carter and Brandon King were the standout performers for the West Indies, scoring 128 and 102 respectively. Player of the match, King found his form alongside Carty. The pair forged the record-breaking run partnership, setting up the West Indies' chase of England's 263 for 8 and delivering a memorable series win for the home side. The Guyana Harpy Eagles earned their first win of the 2024 CG United Super 50 Cup with an 8-wicket victory over the Leeward Islands Hurricanes via the Duckworth-Lewis-Stern method. Jamaica also earned a win over the Windward Islands Volcanoes. Nasira Mohammed has more.
Rain played spoil sport in both matches, as the Hurricanes versus Harpy Eagles match was reduced to 41 overs per side at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. Batting first, the Hurricanes managed to scrape to 139 all out. Justin Grace, who became the first West Indian to knock 3 consecutive centuries in List A cricket, could not be the hero for his team this time, as he was dismissed for 27. Hurricanes captain Rakeem Cornwall top-scored for his team with 36, followed by Jeremiah Louis with 34 runs, as Versami Pramal spun a web around the Hurricane batsman, to finish with bowling figures of 3 for 24 from 9 overs. Niall Smith and Ashmead Ned had 2 wickets each, bowling for the Harpy Eagles. Guyana reached their target comfortably, thanks to 69 not out from skipper Tevin Imlach and 50 from youngster Matthew Nandu. Cornwall and O'Shane Thomas picked up a wicket each, as the Harpy Eagles finished on 141 for 2 in 27.5 overs. Up north, at the Queen's Park Oval, Jamaica were winners over the Windward Islands Volcanoes, also via the DLS method. Jamaica batted first and were on 155 for 4 in 30.1 overs when the rain came. This delay caused the loss of the remaining of their overs. Kirk McKenzie top-scored with 59, which followed his 90 against the West Indies Academy on Saturday. John Campbell added 41 to the total. A revised target of 206 in 30 overs were given to the Volcanoes for victory. Once again, it was Captain Sunil Ambrose who stepped up to the plate, as he led with the bat with 59 from 60 deliveries. Kavem Hodge, 36, and Shamar Springer, 37, were the other top scorers. But it was not enough for victory. Marquino Mindley unleashed a fury of pace to pick up 4 for 33, while Javor Royale and Tamari Redwood finished with identical figures of 2 for 31 each. The Volcanoes finished their innings on 186 all out in 29.3 overs. Barbados Pride lead the point standings with 31 points, followed by the Leeward Islands Hurricanes with 27 points. The Trinidad and Tobago Red Force and the Guyana Harpy Eagles are tied with 25 points each. Nasira Mohammed, TDT Sport.
And that's it for the news on PBCJ. Thanks for watching.